ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्के केसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् பேரொன்று தோப்புள் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியுள் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we are taking up Pancaratra, Pancaratra Raksa. So here we start with this verse. Guru Upadesha Samsiddhaihi Kalpamantreihi Atha apiva Asanadi Upacharaistu Pujayediti Keshan. Now we are going to see a pragmatic view of what is to be followed and what is not to be followed. And when we go on searching for common aspects among the traditions, the four traditions, rather called Siddhantas or Radhantas, and again the 6 types of temples. Now, what should be done? According to some people, Kechana, look at the last word in the second line. Kechana, a few people give the opinion, Pujayetu iti, the worship must be done. Then how do we go about the worship? Guru Upadesha Samsiddhai. This is what we do at home. Supposing your family and my family have some differences in this worship, at home. So what is more important is what my elders advised me and what your elders advised you. There may be some little difference. And we must not lose the advice given by our elders for posterity. Actually, I missed my grandfather's procedure. Then I referred to books. Then I consulted some elders. That is not the best. My grandfather is my authority. Why grandfather? Even father is okay, but grandfather must have some more original flavor of the family. My father might have missed something, and therefore the original flavor will rest with my grandfathers, ancestors. So even in the family-wise worship, we have differences, and therefore, so what should you do is, we must ask our preceptors. Guru Upadesha, advice of the preceptor, advice of the teacher. Samsiddhai. So the tradition has been continued because of the advice of the elders. Guru means elder. Guru means father. Guru means teacher. So 3 meanings. We can have 3 meanings also. Some elders advise some ancestors' advice, some teachers' advice. Then kalpa mantraihi athapi. So kalpa, the word is what we call process advised by scriptures. Kalpa is Vedanga, the limb of scriptures. So you have Jyotisham, astronomy and astrology, Vyakaranam, the grammar, prosody, the chandas, the Shiksha is phonetics, and then Kalpa is procedure for sacrifices. Generally, Kalpa is procedure for sacrifices. And Kalpa also can guide us for temple worship. So in following Pancaratra, Kalpa may be useful. Therefore, we have to take the spells from Kalpa also. Kalpa is Vedanga, I remind us. So Kalpa mantraihi atha api. Atha then api also va or. So either you take preceptor's advice or the Kalpa mantras, the spells from the Vedangam, the limb of the scriptures called Kalpa. Kalpa is again what you call imagination. Kalpana. Kalpana is Karpana in Tamil. Kalpana is imagination. It's not so. Nor the Chatur Yuga is called Kalpa. The 4 yugas. No, that is not the meaning here. Some Siddhaihi, actually the preceptor's advice are more successful. And it is understood that the temples are well established by the teacher's advice rather than the books also. So they have practical knowledge. So apply that practical knowledge to the temple worship with the help of the preceptors. That's more important. Then what should you do again in the worship? Asana adi upachari. So we have got different asanas. So we have mantrasanam, then punar mantrasanam, snanasanam. So asanam doesn't mean seat here. It means the part of the temple worship or part of the even home worship. So mantrasanam, punar mantrasanam, after the what we call patra parikalpanam. So you may say that we are seeing, I'm telling you some technical jargon. No, it's all worship at home also. So asanam is rather initially we say prayers to wake up the Lord, Kausalya Suprajarama. Then we bring him to the fore in order that we will be able to anoint the divine figures by first milk, water, and then in temple so many materials for snanam. It's what you call bath. So when you make him take bath, then we have got different materials, as you know. The first one is oil in temple, oil, sesame oil, gingerly oil. Then you have coconut water, chandanam, the sandal paste. Then we have milk, then honey, then panchamritam made up of fruits, different fruits, and so on. So many materials for worship, rather bath. So first one is mantrasanam and punar mantrasanam again to have a holiest place to establish or place the figure. In fact, all of you may know that the Utsava idols in temples will be anointed in the sanctum sanctorum itself, or they will be taken, shifted to some specific place so that the bath is taken. And therefore, so snanasanam, then dhupasanam, lighting the shambirani, we say, some incandescent lamp, rather sweet smelling frankincense, right? Good. Frankincense. And then next is Deepasanam, lighting the lamp. Then again Alankarasanam, decoration by flowers, sandal paste, etc. And Bhojyasanam, feeding the Lord. Then Karpura Nirajanam, so Harati we say. So using the camphor to say Charanam Pavitram Vitatam Puranam, etc. Generally we say Tadvishno of Paramam Padagum Sada Pashyanti. Then some people also follow Advaitin's way of Rajadi Rajaya Prasahya Sayine. Then three types of mantras. Charanam Pavitram Vitatam Puranam is very peculiar to Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. And then we have Paryankasanam, making him take the bed. Paryankasanam, and then we also ask for pardon for mistakes done unknowingly. Upacharapadeshena Kirtan Aharahar Maya. So, yeah, before that, Paryanka, before, immediately after Karpura Nirajanam, we have Shatrumurai. Thanks for reminding. So, now what I am trying to say is Asanadi. Asanadi, Upacharihi. We have Shodasha Upachara, 16, 1-6 Upacharas in temples, which we may not do it at home. Sometimes we may have prepared for 16 types of honoring him. Upachara is honoring him. Just like we say Atithi Upachara, honoring the guest who arrives at home. So Upachara is to puja. So take the elders' advice, take the preceptors' advice, take the mantras from Kalpa book, and then use them in asana, etc. as honor, as an honor. Atra Kalpa mantra shabdena, we are going to see what is Kalpa here. Atra here, Kalpa mantra shabdena, by the word called Kalpa mantra, the spell of Kalpa, Bhagavad Shastra Ukta Mantranam Eva Grahanam. Let us not go to the says, let us not include the Vedanga, the limb of the scriptures. So we are talking about Bhagavad Shastram. Of course, again, Bhagavad Shastram includes the scriptures. Bhagavad Shastram includes scriptures. Here in our case, particular case, we take up Pancaratra book. Lakshmi Tantram is another book by Mahavishnu. And therefore, it is called a direct involvement of the Lord. Whereas all others are utterances of others through the Lord Vishnu. We are all instruments in the hands of God, whereas Bhagavad Shastram is direct oral elucidation of the temple worship procedure. So Bhagavad Shastra Ukta Mantranam Eva Grahanam. We must take up only those spells, powerful words. Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. Mantaram Trayate iti mantraha. A word which protects, saves from trouble, and gives him prosperity to one who recites them. Mantaram is actually one who remembers, one who actually meditates on the spell, that spell which saves from troubles, protects him from troubles, and it will also benefit the doer. So, Mananat Trayate, when you get by heart the mantras, then it will protect us. It will protect us. So, Mantranam eva graham. Ataha eva, therefore only, he indeed, Adhita Vedant. So, people who have studied scriptures fully, we can take it as Ghanapati. Ghanapati. Ghanapati is the eighth final step of knowing the scriptures fully and completely. So Adhita Vedan, Ashta Vikritis, very good, Ashta Vikritis. And Vedanta Deshika mastered the scriptures at the 8th step. At the age of 20, he was a prodigy. You cannot imagine that in our life. Within 101 years of his span of life, he wrote 119 books. And fortunately, 114 are available. Adhita Vedan, it's a peculiar compound where Vedaha Adhitaha. Vedaha. Completely the scriptures have been mastered. Scriptures have been mastered. Adhita, not simply studied. Vaikhanasan, the people belonging to Vikanas Maharishi tradition, the sage called Vikanas, Prati, Gurupadesha Samsiddhehi iti Visheshyate. And now some people said Vikanasa Siddhanta is more important than Pancaratra Siddhanta. And they have the confidence, the scholars of Vaikhanasa tradition have the confidence of mastery over the scriptures. And then that is mentioned by Guru. That's what he says. Guru Upadeja is not ordinary preceptor, nor Pancharatra preceptor and so on. He is a Vaikhanasa preceptor. They attach much importance to Vikhanasa Maharishi, Guru Upadesha Samsiddhehi. That means Kechana, some people refers to, the word some people refers to the Vaikhanasa tradition. Visheshyate, special meaning, extraordinary meaning of the word Guru. Nacha tattan mantra kalpaha pancharatra tantrebhyaha prathak bhutaha. Again it is remembered, it must be remembered, they are not much different from Pancharatra. So tattan mantra kalpaha, whatever be the spell advised by Vikanas Maharishi or even any other tradition, Pancharatra Tantrebhyaha, from the procedures of the Pancharatra tradition, are not different. Na prathak bhutaha. Prathak means separate. Hindi we say alag alag. So there is no difference. They are not completely different. Chaturdha vyudehi tasmin shastre pratyekam cha samhita bheda bhedini sarve api bhagavan mantra kalpaha tadanga mantra kalpascha yathayatham samavishan. Supposing the priests feel after the study of Vaikhanasa tradition, Pancharatra tradition and so on, and I told you already that in order to understand Sri Bhashyam as a parallel, as an analogy, in order to understand Sri Ramanuja's commentary on the Brahma Sutras of Vedavyasa, you have to read, all of us must read Shankara Bhashyam, Shankaracharya's commentary on the Brahma Sutras, and Madhvacharya's Vyakhyanam of Brahma Sutras should be studied before understanding Sri Bhashyam, Sri Ramanujacharya's Bhashyam. Madhvacharya's Bhashyam was later to Ramanuja. Shankaracharya's Bhashya commentary precedes Ramanuja's commentary. But all the three traditions must be studied so that you can understand better our tradition. So here Chaturdha Vyudehi. So when the arrangement in the sense tradition you can say. So Chaturdha, when it is four types, when the arrangement is of four types, Tasmin Shastre, in that particular science, namely what we call Siddhanta or Radhanta, Pratyekam, everything, everyone, Samhita Bheda Bedini. So each one differs from the other. It is capable of breaking the differences between among the traditions. Samhita again, as we saw, Sattvata Samhita, Sri Prashna Samhita, Ishvara Samhita, Parameshwara Samhita. So these are all books that are followed specifically to specific places of temples. And then, so Samhita Beda Bedini. They ironed the differences among the traditions. Sarve api, all traditions. Bhagavan Mantra Kalpaha, if they are belonging to the original books said by Lord, namely Pancaratra and Lakshmi Tantra in our case. So, Tadanga Mantra Kalpasya. So, we have got books explaining or even making abridgment of the original books. Anga Mantra Kalpaha. Tatu Anga Mantra Kalpaha. So, what we call ancillary books, subsidiary books. And they will also Yathayatam Samavishanti. So, they will be involved. Samavishanti is actually enter well, meaning, so Yathayatam Samavishanti means truly, what we call, without deviations. Yathayatam means truly, exactly. Samavishanti. They get involved. In the sense, the priest's minds must also remember what is to be followed. Ataha evahi, therefore only indeed, Tamstan Bhagavan Mantra Kalpan, the relevant books of Lord's spells, Arsha Pancharatram iti abhiyuktaha vyavaharanti. So they must be classified as either said by sages, Arsha. So sage is, you can say, so many sages. We saw the Marichi, Bhrugu, then Atreya, then Vikhanasa. So these are all sages. Kashyapa, the first one was Kashyapa. Very good. I forgot my own Gotram. I belong to Naidripa Kashyapa Gotram. So you can mention all the sages. So take the sages as one group. Take the guidance of sages as one group. And Pancharatram iti abhiyukta vyavaharanti. Now you can take this way. There is Arsha Pancharatram, and Bhagavat Pancharatram. So Bhagavat Pancharatram has been either abridged or explained in detail by the sages later, and therefore now you can take the book as Arsha Pancharatram, meaning the Pancharatra tradition construed by sages. Iti abhiyuktaha. Abhiyuktaha means endowed with, and vyavaharanti meaning they talk like this. People talk like this. Vyavaharaha in Tamil becomes a quarrel between two people, but here it's also sometimes a quarrel in the sense, even today, Sri Bhashyam of Ramanuja, when it is understood by people like us, we have some differences in opinion. And actually, we fight tooth and nail, and we are actually buoyant. Then we also we are vociferous in opposing the views of others. Even today in the sadas, Vakyartha sadas we say, Sri Bhashya Vakyartha sadas, in the meeting, in discussion of the Sri Bhashya. Here it is Vyavaharanti means ordinary term, they say. Vyavaharanti means they say. Sannishtancha kalpa bhagavata shabdena vyapati. So this is what we are now talking about, kalpa shabdena. Now when we follow, meticulously, carefully, the traditions of kalpa, in the sense Bhagavad Shastra kalpa, given blessed by God directly. Now we are talking about people who are always engaged, tannishtan, vyapadishanti. When the term guru is defined, we are talking of the gurus, teachers who are completely busy with the Kalpa books, and they are called Kalpa Bhagavatas. You understand Bhagavata meaning the slave or assistant to Bhagavan. Kalpa Bhagavata are called the gurus here. So let us not, let us be clear about that's what it is. Evam Bhargavadishu api. We took up a particular chapter under the sage Bhrigu last time, in the last paragraph. Now we are taking Bhargava, the Bhrigu's son. That's all, the same tradition. The tradition continues. Relentlessly, the tradition continues. Relentless. Relentlessly. So, Vaikhanasena Sutrena, Nishekadi Kriyanmitan, Vipran Vedavida Shuddhan, Mantrakalpa Vichakshanam. Again, the Guru, the word Guru is defined as who are those Gurus? Who are those preceptors? So, Vaikhanasena Sutrena, by the spells, aphorisms given by the sage Vikanas. Now, Nishekadi, we explained the word Nishekaha. It's called Prakriya. That is, Yashoda Swami also gave the notes to Nishekaha. That is what we call Abhishekaha. So many other parts of limbs of worship. Adi Kriya Anmitan. So these gurus are following the Vikanas spells, and they follow every aspect on the temple worship. Then they are scholars, Vipran. Vipraha meaning scholar. Generally, Vipraha refers to, in connotation, it refers to Brahmins, the twice born, Brahmanan. Vipran meaning Brahmanan. Why do you make the two words as synonym? It is because of our fanaticism. So Vipraha meaning scholar. So a Brahmin should be a scholar. We expect a Brahmin to be a scholar. A scholar can be a Brahmin. Normally, he is a Brahmin. So then why do you say Brahmin is a Vipra or Vipra is a Brahmana? Then Veda Vidaha. They must know scriptures. Veda Vidaha. So not only there is no scriptures, but also Shuddhan. They are pure in character and body. They are holy in the mind and the physical frame. Then they must be experts in understanding the books. Mantra Kalpa Vichakshana. Vichakshana meaning expert. Vichakshana is name of examination in many systems, especially Sanskrit examination system. Vichakshana is one of the tests, one of the levels of the scholarship. So Vichakshana meaning the one who is able to see eye to eye with the books. Chakshuhu means eye. Vichakshuhu meaning good eye, special eye. So Vichakshanaha meaning expert. That means they have studied well by their own eyes. So then Mantra Kalpa. What did they master? Mantra Kalpa. Spell and the procedure. The powerful words and the procedure. Ityadishu. In these cases, Mantra Kalpa Veda Noktihi Tatra Apekshita Grahanartha. Vedana Uktihi Tatra Apekshita Grahanartha. Meaning, so a guru, a preceptor is supposed to be knowing very well the scriptures and their meaning and the process of worship in a temple. So he is wanted, tatra apekshita, he is wanted, grahana artha. So meaning must have been understood, the meaning must have been caught up. That is the expectation of in a guru. And he must know how to say them also. It's not enough that he knows the scriptures, he knows the meaning. He must be able to explain. So mantra kalpa, again the words, books with the procedure and the spells, Vedana Ukti. Not only knowledge is enough, Pratipadanam is also expected. Transfer of knowledge from the preceptor to the Shishyas, disciples, is also expected. That's why every guru is supposed to create at least one Shishya in his lifetime. The tradition of Shishyas must continue. Otherwise, the problem is the stoppage of tradition. Tatha, in the same way, Bhargave Kriyadhikare, in the chapter Adhikara, in the chapter called Kriya, the process by the Bhargava, the son of Burgu, then Saraswata Pratishtadikam Prakramya Uchyate. So in the Bhargava tradition, we have the establishment of the temple through Saraswata Samhita. And now we start Prakramya, we are going to start it very well. So Uchyate is being said. Anena vidhina stapya kalpamantrena pujayet. Same thing, same meaning is conveyed here. Therefore, so whatever procedure that you adopted for the temple earlier, as advised by the preceptors, must be continued. That's all. So worship must be done. Pujayet is the worship, one has to worship. Stapya anena vidhina, establishing and consecrating the divine figure in a new temple. Kalpamantrena pujayet. So use the mantras as per procedure and use them perfectly. So here in Nachatra, Kalpamantra Swarupa Tadanga Adikam Upadishtam. No, we are not talking about in this context that the limb of the Kalpa mantra or mantra kalpa. You can depose the word. Mantra kalpa or kalpa mantra. We are not talking about the limb of this kalpa mantra. We have to take the original. We cannot. Kalpa mantra Swarupa. The original form of the Kalpa mantra should not be lost. We are not talking about the limb of this Kalpa mantra, namely, other sages have explained the rules, taking the cue from Bhagavad Shastra. That is not very important. Na achatra upadishtam. It is not advisable that we must take first limbs. First to take the moolam, the source text. Ataha kalpokta prakriya eva atra anusaraniya. Ataha, therefore, kalpa ukta prakriya eva, only the process written in the kalpa, meaning the original source, atra here, anusaraniya should be followed. Emam tatra sudarshana rupasya bhagavatah pratishtharchanadau prakrante phala beda prakishaya prakyantaram upakshipyate. Evam, in this way. So evam tatra, there, that is in this context. Suppose we want to establish a sanctum sanctorum for the Sudarshana Chakram, the disc or discus in the wheel of of the Lord, the weapon of the Lord, then we have to Sudarshana Rupasya Bhagavataha. We must not think that Lord is different from Sudarshanam. Because the word itself, Sudarshanam itself means presentable. All of you know. Sudarshanam. So good darshanam, vision, good vision. Good vision in the sense the Lord is very handsome. He is called Sakshan Manmatha Manmatha. according to Srimad Bhagavatam. Good looking, yes. So there is no other person excelling him in beauty, neither physical beauty nor mental beauty. And he is called Koti Manmatha Sadrisha Rupam or Sadrisha Rupaha. You can compare him with crores of Cupid. There is no parallel. There is no parallel. Even the crores of Cupids cannot become equal to the handsomeness of the Lord. So, what do you take now? So, either Sanctum Sanctorum of the very Lord, Sriman Narayana, or the Sudarshana, the Chakram. Chakrata Alvar is very famous in Srirangam. Everywhere we have got a host of Sudarshana Sannidhis in many places. And this is very famous. Srirangam Sudarshana Sannidhi is very famous. And a special mention about this is Adipradakshanam. Adipradakshanam, that means slowly walking at every step and going in the circumambulation, pradakshanam, according to your own demand, that is the need, in order to satisfy your wants, then this Sudarshana is the most powerful, we say. So Bhagavata Pratishtha Archanado, in establishing such a sanctum sanctorum for the Sudarshanam and Archana, the worship, Ado, etc., Prakrante, when it has to be when it has to begin very well, Prakrante. Phalabheda Pekshaya. Now, just now I told you, we are expecting some fruits in every worship. That is either materialistic of this world or the next world. We want to live happily in the next world also, wherever we go. We always say Vaikuntha Vasi after the passing away of the individual. We always say Vaikuntha Vasi. He never say he went to Swarga, Swargiya. Some people write Swargiya in invitation. It's not right. Swargiya, some people write Swargiya. We are not going to heaven. I mean, we are not supposed to go to heaven. We should not aspire for heaven also. That is, heaven is a place where we have to return from as soon as our merits are exhausted. The hell is a place where when our demerits are exhausted, we have to come back to this well, this bhumi, this earth. Therefore, we are not supposed to aspire for heaven. So when we say heaven, of course, our heaven is Vaikuntham, Sri Vaikuntham. So, Phala Beda Apekshaya. Why do you construct a temple? Why do you establish a temple? What is the purpose of your temple? We say, in this village, we have established a temple in order that the village has been facing a lot of troubles like what we call Itayaha in Sanskrit, natural calamities like hurricane, what we call tornado, heavy rain or no rain, ativrishtihi and anavrishtihi. Then you have plague, the common disease affecting people, corona, then the flood of the rivers, what you call in Japanese language, tsunami. Then you have so many other heavy wind, earthquake. See, Damodaran Swami is nearby, so that he is also supplementing my words. So let us not talk about negatively. Yeah. So, yeah. T is silent. So phala bheda apekshaya. Phala bheda apekshaya. Each one of us has got a different purpose to go and worship in the temple. So prakriyantaram upakshipyate. So each temple establishment is different, and we are now going to see how a temple according to the purpose will be established. Prakriyantaram. We have a common procedure for all temples, but Prakriyantaram is a special need for the new process. One of the ladies who attend the group for stotras, she wanted from me a sankalpa. Sankalpa is what we say. Sankalpa generally means decision. But sankalpa is what we pray for initially with the Sanskrit words. We put our palms one on to the other by placing them on the lap. Then Harirom Tat, Keshadas Swami will say, will you say Harirom or Harirom Tat? So Harirom Tat, Sri Govinda Govinda Govinda, Asya Sri Bhagavataha Vishnorajna Pravartamanasya Adya Brahmanaha. Not Adya Brahmanaha. We are not talking about the ancient Brahma. Now Adya Brahmanaha. Today's Brahma is different from the ancient Brahma. There are hundreds and thousands and crores of Brahmas who were and who will be and who are. So here, so Adya Brahmanaha, Dvitiya Parabde, you mention all the details of the place, the day details, the Tithi, the Nakshatram, the Varam, the Yogam, the Karanam, all the Panchangas, all the limbs of the 5 limbs of the day. And then say, so she said, I want to go to USA. My son is there. So give me that type of prayer. So I said, Mama Videsha Gamanartham. So I didn't mention USA. Because Mama Putra, yatra Mama Putraha Asti Tatra Videsha Gamanartham. Where my son is, so I want to go abroad. So I am doing Japam. So you say, Ashtotra Shatam, Ashtotra Sagasra Sankhya Japam Karishye. So this is a peculiar need. My son should get married, and I must also go there, either before marriage or after, at least after marriage. So phalabheda apekshaya prakriyantaram upakshipyate. The whole procedure is thrown before you. Chipyate meaning throwing, THROW. So upakshipyate is thrown nearby. You take it. So again, the same thing. So etat this Vaidikam Uddishtam. Are you following scriptural process? Vaidikam, scriptural, Uddishtam, it has been proposed. The proposal is on the Vaidikam, scriptural tradition. Bhukti Mukti Phalapradam. Bhukti is what we call the enjoying the pleasures of this world. Mukti, the emancipation, the liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Phalapradam. So my worship in the temple, even as a priest, please remember, even as a priest, he has wants. Of course, having no wants is the best attitude, but the priest says, I must be given salary, higher salary from next month. It's not enough. It's not sufficient. So, bhakti, mukti, phalapradam. So, all kinds of phala, the fruit, pradam, capable of granting. Kevalam bhukti kamaschet. So if at all you are interested only in the materialistic benefits of this world, Kevalam only. Kevalam in Tamil it means mean, M-E-A-N, lower aim. No, it is not so. So Kevalam is only here. Bhukti kamaschet, you are interested only in the materialistic pleasures of this world, then smaret mantram. Please remember the spell. What is the spell? Shadaksharam. 6 syllable.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம்